Hello, I'm Juan Davies, Chief Creative Officer at KCET and PBS SoCal, and we're partnering with the newsroom of KPCC and LAist on a daily reporter roundup. Let's start today with you, Matt D'Angelo Antonio, on how small businesses are bracing for another round of COVID restrictions.
Yeah, Juan, we heard about this yesterday from Los Angeles County leaders. They said starting Friday, non-essential retail businesses like restaurants, bars, breweries, wineries are going to have to close from 10 at night until 6 o'clock in the morning. Businesses operating indoors will be limited to 25% capacity and outdoors to 50% capacity. Now, from the county standpoint, this is obviously an attempt to try and get a handle on the rising number of coronavirus cases in the county, which have doubled in just the last week. But for small businesses, the challenge is not only how to interpret these new rules, there's also the challenge of the uncertainty caused by the rolling back and reinstatement of these regulations. We heard from one listener who is an owner of a brewery in Lomita, and he says he's only been open for about 6 months before the pandemic started, and just talked about the struggle of keeping up with all of these regulations and still having to pay operating costs, and that he tried to pivot to outdoor seating, but that comes with its own costs, like paying for furniture, partnering with a food a truck or a caterer, a health inspection. And so he listed a lot of these struggles and says, he wishes the county would sort of make these regulations on a more case-by-case basis instead of issuing these blanket regulations that don't give a lot of deference to the lengths that some businesses are going to make sure that they're in compliance.
Public health officials are encouraging us all to stay home as we ride out this latest COVID surge, and that includes Thanksgiving next week. Lisa Brenner's here to talk about how to stay safe if you do decide you have to travel for the holidays.
Yes, the travel advisory basically discourages all but essential travel, but if you decide to ignore that and go anyway, get tested before you go. And the strong recommendation is that if you travel out of state, you should quarantine for 14 days when you get home. If you're flying, the airport itself might be more of a risk than the actual plane. And if you're driving, go with people you already live with. Overall, the thinking is that the meal itself, assuming that you're going to gather indoors, might be riskier than actually getting there. Also, research the travel restrictions where you're going and the places you have to pass through to get there. And in the meantime, consider that not all bathrooms will be available during your journey. And to solve for that, there is a large empire of portable bathroom solutions you can buy online. Search for things like personal urinal and camping toilet. And you're laughing now, but you will thank me later.
We now turn our attention to the 2020 census, a topic our newsroom's been really closely tracking this year. Collection might be done, but the new Biden administration could still impact the count. So who are we going to call to talk about it? Carolyn Champlin, of course. Hey, Caroline.
Hey, how you doing? That's right, the Biden administration could potentially oversee the results of the 2020 census. Normally, the population data would be released by the last day of the year. In that case, it would be given to President Trump while he's still in office. And we know that he wants to take undocumented people out of the numbers before they're used to divvy up seats in Congress, which would be a big blow to California's power in Congress and in the Electoral College, and that representation would largely be lost from LA. But with the delays caused by the coronavirus and all these ongoing lawsuits with the Trump administration, the census data could get released after Biden is inaugurated. In that case, the Biden administration could guide the Bureau's choices when it comes to including undocumented people. And from a tweet he released this summer, President-elect Biden says he believes all U.S. residents should be included in the count.
Our show Take Two is devoting an hour on Thursday to look at the Trump administration's impact on immigration policies and what a Biden administration could change going forward. Here's Leslie Bearstein Rojas with more.
Hi, so these past few weeks I've been working closely with the producers of Take Two, and they've been putting together this hour-long special tomorrow called The Invisible Wall. Just like it sounds, it takes a look at all the administrative ways in which the Trump administration has chipped away at the legal immigration system. That's a system that we have long held up as the standard, right? I mean, how millions of people have traditionally entered this country for generations, whether it's to reunite with family, as students, as workers, as refugees, asylum seekers. The Trump administration has cut all of this back, not through Congress, but with executive actions, hundreds of them, that have little by little made it more difficult for people to come to this country, even if they followed all the rules. Take Two has worked very hard to put this together, and tomorrow they're going to explore this theme with local experts, local voices. So stay tuned, The Invisible Wall.
Thank you, Leslie, and thank you all at the KPCC and LAist Newsroom, and thank you for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow.